Hello, Fred Ack here, Fred ACC. First up, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. I'm sitting out by the Intercoastal down in Florida, relaxing and enjoying myself. It's June, early June. It's time to start the sports gambling knowledge is power. So this is number one, sports gambling number one. First one that I'm going to put out there. I'm going to try to share with you as much knowledge as I can so you have the most potential to be profitable. Sports gambling is a tough game. On most of the sports, the NBA, college basketball, college football, professional football, the NFL, you have to lay 11 to 10 odds. That's the vigorish, the VIG, as it's known, that the sports books make on your wager. So, if you bet on the Packers and they're playing the Cleveland Browns, and you bet $100, you have to bet. You don't have to, but you can bet 110 to make 100. Whatever amount of money you bet, it's going to be prorated 11 down to 10. If you bet 110 to win 100 on the Packers, and you win your bet, there's no fee, there's no charge. You get back $210. You win 100. You win 10 for every 11 that you bet. If you bet $11, you win $10. On most sports, there's a point spread. So the Packers might be at home and they might be favored by 4.5 points. That means the Packers have to win the football game by more than 4.5 points for you to be a winner. If they're a 4-point favorite and they win by 4 points, it's a push. You get to redeem your bet. You get your money back. Same thing for the Cleveland Browns. If you bet on the Browns getting 4.5 points and they only lose by 3 points, or they win the game outright, then you are a winner on that bet. And the people that bet on the Packers laying 4.5 points, they would be on the losing side of it. If the point spread is an even number of 4 or 2 or 3 or 7, and the score lands on that amount of points, it's a push. Both sides receive their bets back. If you bet it in paper form, you have to bring the ticket back and redeem it. If you're doing it electronically online, which is where the gambling world is going to, then it would be automatically debited to your account, but you still should keep tabs on it because there are glitches and errors that occur, as in everything in life. At any rate, I'd like to thank you all for being here today. And once again, knowledge is power. I will try to be as transparent as I can be on all of my different postings, whether it's health issues, stock market, if it has to do all different forms of prognosticating, whether it's gambling on this or that, or wagering here or wagering there. I will just give some different thoughts. I understand that many of you can have a differing opinion. I respect that. That's what makes the United States so wonderful. Alrighty, bouncing around into the wrong areas. Let's stay with sports gambling. So, you have this thing called the point spread. Whether it's an NBA game, college basketball game, if it's a football game, the NFL, college football, whatever it might be. Now, there's all different kinds of created types of bets. I'm not going to go into them, but there's this thing called teasers. You can buy a half a point, you lay more money in odds. I'm not going to go into a lot, it'll get confusing. Right now, we're going to stick with just the basic stuff. So with the basic stuff being what it is, I'm going to share one of my favorite thoughts towards the NFL season. So let's say you happen to live in Detroit and you're a big Detroit Lions fan. Alrighty, I guess he wants to get in on it. You'll have to subscribe. Smash the like button or whatever the hell it is. Alrighty, at any rate, I will always be transparent with you. I will not sell your soul, I will not sell my soul. If I develop a large subscriber base, I will go to some of the major players out there and see if I can get some kind of discounts for my people, for my subscribers. At any rate, must be pretty good stuff. Alrighty. So,
they all live in Arizona.
He wants to get in on it. I don't blame him. He knows good stuff when he hears it. Oh yeah, he's hovering around. Okay, so here's an angle that I have for all of my subscribers. let's say you have a certain team that you happen to follow, and you want to have action, something going on for the whole season. Well, they have something called the total wins for each of the NFL teams. So let's say you're a big fan of the Cleveland Browns. The total wins might be 7 games out of the year. So out of the 7 games that the 16 games that they're going to play, if they win 7, it's a push. If they win 8 and you play for them to win more than 7, then you are a winner. I don't think they'll let you cash it till the end of the season. But let's just say you bet $10 or $100 on the Cleveland Browns to win more than 7 games. Yeah, more than 7 games. You should get in on this. So if you play that play, you have action every week that you're just like, what are the Browns doing today on a Sunday, or every Sunday going along. Now, if the total on a certain team is, let's say, 13 wins out of 16, if the team loses the first 4 games of the year, you're done. There's no way you can recoup. You're not going to be able to win your 13 games. So, I mean, he's on the Browns or the Packers. I don't know what he's on, but I don't know what he's on. At any rate, that's a sports wager. It's called a futures bet. You're playing the futures on a certain team, the over-under for the amount of wins that they're going to have. You can bet that it's going to be under. Also, you could turn around and say, I don't think that line of 11 wins or 11 and a half wins. Now, if you play an odd total of wins, you're going to win or you're going to lose. Because if it's the Kansas City Chiefs are at 10 and a half wins for the season, they're not going to win 10 and a half games. They're either going to be less than that or more than that. There's not going to be a push. Whereas if you could find a 10 out there, then you have the potential to push on that 10, on 10 wins, if they happen to land right on 10 wins. So it's a fun type of thought to bet. Make a wager on that. You have action for the whole football season, unless your team either streaks or tanks early on, compared to the number that is posted that you're trying to surpass. Alrighty, that's a little insight into the sports prognosticating world. We're going to elaborate on many more things, so please subscribe. I thank you all for being here today. There'll be a lot of interesting things coming out on our channel. Knowledge is power, as always. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you to play the Packers, or don't play the Browns, or go with the Kansas City Chiefs, or the Royals, or anybody else. And they have these different bets on the baseball season, so just before the season starts. And if you're fairly focused on what's going on before the trade deadlines, things will change a lot right after trades are made. So if you seem to have the insight on whether or not a team's going to pick up a major quarterback, you might want to play that team before the futures lines move on the total wins, total losses. Alrighty. That being said, there's so many different avenues to explore in the sports gambling world, and I will try to follow them along. This is just number 1, just a little introduction to it all. Alrighty, please subscribe, hit the like button, ask any questions you might have. And this guy is waiting to hear some good information. I hope he's subscribed. He better subscribe. Alrighty, have a great day. Thanks for being here. May all your days be winning ones.